But in this administration, we have what I would term a more Wild West mentality of we're going to get it done. We got to get stuff done. Trump, I don't think cares if people like him or don't like him. You can see that in the way he communicates. And I particularly appreciate some aspects of that because one of the complaints about Trump, and I'm not trying to get political in any way, but
Yep.
one of the complaints about Trump from some is he's not presidential. To that, I say, thank you. Good. I don't want somebody that's presidential because I feel like that's phony. I feel like it's performative. I feel like it's condescending. And for us Joe Blows in the public who are just looking at our president, I don't need to be talked down to. You serve me, you serve my people. So talk to me just like I'm a human. Does it sometimes cross the line? Sure, absolutely. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying I love his brand of communication, but that goes into the perspective of or perception of how they're viewed. Because if they were able to haul Trump into Congress and question him, everybody would tune in. But if they were able to do that, um, I I'm quite certain Trump would be like, "You don't like it? I get it. Okay, next. I don't like you don't like it." And this particular administration has really divided the two sides, if you will, the conservatives and the liberals, and
And
the
the
liberals
independent.
and the independents. But the division is really, really clear between the
Yeah.
two parties. And it always has been, but it's really, really, for the people that love him, they love him hard. For the people that hate him, they hate him hard. And
Yeah.
so I think if Trump came out or Bondi came out and they said, look, here's here's what we're doing. We want America's trust. The people that hate Trump are still going to hate him. They're
Yeah.
still going to, and that population, just like the opposite on the other side, that's the loudest population. The ones that hate him hard are the loudest. The ones that love him hard are the loudest. Everybody else in between, they're watching, they're hearing, and then they're forming their opinions. And that's the majority of people. The majority of people don't fall on
Million.
the hard right and the hard left,
I know.
or the vocal part.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the analogy of watching the news. You only hear bad stuff because people don't talk about good news. They talk about the bad news.
Right.
And so to change the perspective or the perception of the department, they're going to have to want to. And the public at large, the people that are viewing the news, viewing the hearings, reading the tweets or whatever we're calling them now, and all of that are going to have to recognize that you're still going to hear all of that negativity. The people that hate the department are still going to hate the department because the loud people, you cannot change their mind. Because you see all those, some of them are social media, some of them are journalists, whatever. They go out and they interview people and they'll give them a line
Yeah.
and they'll tell them Trump said it. I hate it. I can't believe he
I
said it.
hate
And
it.
then they'll drop the bomb that it was actually Obama and they'll go, what?
Yeah.
And things like that. So there's an ingrained perception for some of the population. And I'm not trying to generalize, but there is that vocal part of the left that is going to hate him regardless. So the middle people who are wanting to hear that reassurance from the department, who want to trust, who want that perception to change and want to see the good, they're still going to hear that. And part of the problem is the whole public perception really gives me a lot of heartburn
Mm.
because some of it is never going to change. People believe that they are entitled to things without going into any kind of in-depth analysis, and they talk like it's authority, like their opinion, their views, their desires are authority. And I see that every day in my work where people are like, well, I want this. And I'm like, it's good to want things. You can't
I've
have
heard
it.
you say that so many times.
It's good to want things. And so, but my point is, even if I went in and I said, hey, let's do some goodwill, let's have some good communication. Let's really lay things out about expectation, future communication, future goals, future endeavors, whatever it might be. And let's tell the American people what we're doing for them. And let's explain to them why we can't do some of the things they wish we could. If
That's
that
right.
were my advice, that would be wonderful. But if the department came out and did that, the vitriol calmed down, the yelling calmed down from both sides, and all of the accusations calmed down within the hearings within Congress, the vocal people are still going to have their opinions. And so we're still going to see in the media the vocal left and the vocal right saying what they want to say, and it's not going to change from what they're saying right now.